So very good afternoon to all of you. I think it has been a wonderful summit so far, and the last couple of days have been overwhelming for me. Especially, I think what brought me here was to showcase what Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry can do for the new Africa. So I'm Dr. G.T. Singh, and I'm very grateful for this wonderful opportunity given today to speak in front of the beautiful, lovely audience. As the chairman of Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I've had the privilege of visiting Ghana on multiple occasions due to my role in the chamber and also as part of my business delegation trip. As with many African countries, I continue to be amazed by the abundance of beauty and talent that I have encountered during my time here in Africa. These past 2 days have been particularly captivating. It was a great opportunity to engage with some of you on a personal level, discussing the ways in which Africa and Asia can collaborate and lead a new world together. It has been a pleasure to listen to the distinguished speakers from different walks of life and hear their inspiring vision for Africa, especially the significant role that AFTA, the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, is playing. The AFTA is a game changer for both the continent, as it presents a unique opportunity to deepen economic integration, promote trade, and spur sustainable development by removing barriers to trade and enhancing market access. The agreement paves the way for increased intra-African trade and investment, as well as greater engagement with partners from Asia and around the world. This landmark agreement, signed by the 54 African countries, aims to create the world's largest free trade area encompassing over 1.3 billion people and a combined GDP of 2.6 trillion. This is new Africa to me, and a big round of applause for each one of you for contributing in your own way for making sure that Africa is moving continuously. This brings me to the inception of the Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AACCI, which was founded in the year 2015. With the small journey of just over 5 years now, I think we have grown exponentially within Africa, outside Africa, and we are catering to 102 countries. So all of you sitting here now know what we do as a chamber and how we can contribute and help you for your business growth and expansion. If you're looking at developing your community, if you're looking at developing your businesses in any of these 102 countries, Asian African Chamber is the play area for you. The AACCI plays a vital role in facilitating Asian inbound investments into Africa, utilizing the wealth of experience and network that have been cultivated as the only chamber of its kind at the apex level. The AACCI complements the existing bilateral chambers all across the globe. And you will be very happy to know the recent advancement. Just a couple of days back, when I started my journey from India, I went straight to Ethiopia. There was a calling in Ethiopia. Now, what was that calling? We signed up 2 bilateral MOUs for cooperation. One was with the IPDC. It's the Industrial Park Development Corporation in Ethiopia. They have some 13 good infra parks which have been developed specifically for building the trade and economy in Ethiopia. And the second most important MOU was with the Pan-African Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So I think, now we will be in the better position to guide you all for development in Africa. One of the core objectives of this chamber is to advocate for free trade and enterprise collaboration with member countries, Parliament, Industry Commission, regulatory bodies such as the WTO and government. From our Global Secretariat Office, we have assembled a team of experts dedicated to driving our pro-business agenda and fulfilling the mission on which the Chamber was established. Our effort encompasses a range of activity, services and lobbying initiatives, including networking event, the dissemination of trade investment information, and creating opportunities for business development across the globe. Asia and Africa have a long history of commercial affiliation. In recent years too, the two continents have shown a very strong presence in the global market, promising a bright future for the generation to follow. Contrary to speculation, Asia and Africa continue to enjoy an accelerated period of renewed growth in the post-pandemic world. There are a lot of reasons that make Africa attractive for the rest of the world, especially the Asian countries. As Africa's large working age population, its growing middle class, and the significant share of services are all ingredients of the value-adding trade and investments relationship across the globe. Consumer-driven goods related to agribusiness, apparel and clothing, pharmaceutical and automotive components are opportunities for African regions for the direct investments in Africa through the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Africa is the land of untapped potential. It has incredible natural resources like oil, gas, gold, iron ore, manganese, uranium, diamond, etc. You name, you have everything in your soil. And this would help in boosting Asia's manufacturing sector. Africa has country opportunity for infrastructure development. For a fast developing continent like Asia, all this makes Africa a much desirable market. As a resource-rich continent, Africa has some of the fastest growing economies in the world, and it has a total GDP stands at a staggering 2.6 trillion. In totality, Africa is expected to host nearly a quarter of the global workforce and consumer market by the year 2030, making the entire continent an extremely viable partner for governments and businesses worldwide. What has worked in Africa's favor is its support toward institutional investor. Today, Africa has institutional investors, pension fund, sovereign wealth funds, and other insurance pool totaling almost around US $2.1 trillion of assets under management. While China continues making inroads in Africa as its #1 investor, India too has emerged as one of the top 5 investors in the continent, with investment to the tune of more than around US $74 billion. Its main export to Africa includes refined petroleum products, pharmaceutical, and of late information and technology, while Africa primarily exports crude oil, gold, coal, and other minerals. While Africa provides the raw material and market, Asia leads the production. This is what the experts are now referring to as the Afro-Asian country. This global association will be the aggregator of our success in the coming future, and Africa's economic performance in recent years, coupled with Asia's success in making its mark on the world, will be among the most significant political and economic changes in the 21st century. And we, at the Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, will be at the core of this transition. Recently, AACCI was recognized by the World Book of Records London as the fastest growing chamber in the region. This is just the beginning of what the new Africa is visualizing. and there is much more to accomplish in this country and the continent. Every year, we are adding new chapters, the most recent being Kenya, Pune, Odisha. This year, we have already made 3 long trips to Africa and met my counterparts and other leaders in numerous cities such as Nigeria. And in Nigeria, we hosted the Asian African Leadership Forum 2023, Empowering the Future, as well as the Leadership and Corporate Governance Award. We then led a multi-sectoral business delegation from India to meet and tap the government authority in Kenya. In June, we held the 4th high-level diplomatic meet in New Delhi to discuss the trade and investment opportunity in Asia and Africa, while in September, we will hold the Afro-Asian Agri-Tech Expo 2023 in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Both Asia and Africa are blessed with ample resources, skill, and human power. All they need are the means and opportunity to capitalize on their strength and pave the way for a sustainable future. I have no doubt that together we can create this new Africa. In conclusion, I believe that the African Continental Free Trade Agreements open up new horizon for cooperation between Asia and Africa, and let us embrace this historic opportunity to collaborate and work towards a future of shaped prosperity and mutual growth. With this, I would like to conclude and say a big thank you to the organizer for bringing me to this dais, for sharing the opportunities in the area of trade and economic development for the Asian and African region. And once again, would like to praise the effort done by Dr. Inu and his team. I think these kind of networking programs are a must for Africa, because there is all about learning, and it's all about one vision, one world. So let's give a big round of applause for the new Africa. How many of you want to see the change in Africa? So to see the change, we have to be the change. With this, I will end. Thank you once again for inviting me, and I hope to see Africa shining. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Singh.